Hello, it's Matty coming at you with another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Thank you for joining me, welcome to the video. And welcome to the last of them, created by Fisk Igloo. Now, I'm extremely excited to have a special guest on the channel today. There are some that say she's never been wrong before, ever, and that she's never lost an argument. I don't know who these people are, because I'm certainly not one of them. I have Chrissy P. Do you want to say hello, Chrissy?
Hi guys.
So, for anyone that it may be unfamiliar, I think everybody knows by this point, Chrissy P is my wife in real life, and she also has her own YouTube channel. So please consider going and subscribing to her as well. I would really appreciate that on my end as well. Chrissy does item showcases, so you don't do park spotlights, do you? You do the smaller item showcases. So anybody who may want like a building shown off or a sign, then Chrissy P is your person to go to. But this is a PlayStation 5 park, so only PS5 owners will be able to download it. But let's have a look at this park on the workshop, shall we? So the description reads, hey ho, it's my first park with this game, no workshop blueprints, all is done by myself or modified stock blueprints. The theme is inspired by The Last of Us, hence the name. I wanted to do more, but I got restricted by the 100% limit. The city of Northcott, with its own Planet Coaster theme park, is a safe zone from the outside world, blah blah blah. Enjoy. So let's hop into this park, shall we? So here we are at the park entrance. Now, before we get into this park, I do obviously want to give a big disclaimer. There are, of course, going to be spoilers for The Last of Us game, the first game. So if you have yet to play that first game or yet to finish that first game, then maybe consider going and finishing that so it doesn't get spoiled for you. Because I don't want to be that person who spoils the game for you, because The Last of Us is one of my favourite games of all time. The story is just absolutely second to none, and I'm one of them who hasn't played the second one because I love the first one so much and I don't want the second one to undo it, kind of thing. I felt it ended perfectly, and I don't want to play the second one and potentially maybe even tarnish what I think of the first one, if that makes sense. And I also was desperate to put the Last of Us music in this park tour in the background, like the slow methodical hum of the guitar, but this video would get copyright striked quicker than a Donald Trump strikes. Sorry for any Americans there. But Chrissy, what do you think as we're coming into this park?
I think it's really good. It sets the scene already. As soon as you're walking in, you've got like the little campsite there to your left. Just like where they're running from the zombies and camping out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have my own little disclaimer.
What's your disclaimer?
I haven't played The Last of Us. I wanted to play it. I love the story that I've seen. I've seen you play it, and I love the look of it. But I played it for about an hour and was absolutely terrified that I couldn't play it anymore. I spent about 10 minutes standing on top of a building, refusing to get down because there were zombies. So, as much as the story really pulls me in and I'm desperate to actually play it, I can't if there's zombies.
That's kind of one reason that I asked you to come along, actually, because I thought it'd be nice to have a joint spotlight from perspective of somebody who has played it and somebody who hasn't played it, so you can just ask questions as we go around.
Well,
So,
I do think that they should possibly make it child friendly, like a child friendly version.
okay,
So instead of zombies, like little cows or something.
like the cow mascot from this game.
Yeah. I mean, that's the stuff of Tommy's nightmare.
That really
But-
is. Tommy wouldn't play that because he'd be terrified.
Yeah, but I'd be fine with that.
Can you imagine just walking down the street, like the post-apocalyptic street, and all you can hear behind you is boing, boing, hello?
Okay, I've changed my mind actually.
That sounds quite scary,
yeah, I've
actually.
changed my mind.
I mean, all these buildings, as we're coming down this path through the forest here, are brilliant. They are in-game blueprints, but you've taken your own spin on them and made them all look post-apocalyptic. and they look fantastic. It looks so decayed and run down here.
I think those blueprint buildings you can actually change up really well to fit most themes.
Yeah.
So if you ever use them, don't feel bad about using them. That's what they're there for, but just give them a bit of a change up.
Yeah, which is exactly what he's done here.
Yeah.
Do you know why we're in the forest?
Because zombies can't go in the forest.
Not quite.
Oh.
It's just more where they, on the trek that they go through, and they have to go through the forest to get to the city. So.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh wow! Look at this.
That's really cool. So there's that like the checkpoint, no zombies allowed in there, and.
Yeah, it's basically like kind of the quarantine zone. And you have to like get checked to go through. They have to have their passports and things like that to prove that they are a citizen of that city to be able to get in there. But that's fantastic.
I'd never get in. I haven't got a passport.
But let's have a walk down
Oh,
here,
look,
shall we?
you've even got like rubbish and stuff like to block off the way, which is what they use, isn't it?
Yeah, in these post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
films and scenarios. And look at this for a sightline, Chrissy.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I love how he's put like foliage on the actual rail,
On the rail?
on the coaster.
Yeah. Yeah, on the track. Even the coaster looks all decayed and old. I've got a feeling that that is an in-game blueprint again, but obviously not the way that he's then decorated it.
Yeah.
With all the foliage and all the vines going up it. It looks incredible.
And the flicking lights, that's good too.
Yeah.
Oh, and you've got like little camps set up with little friendly humans.
There's not many friendly humans in The Last of Us, I'm afraid. Now, we're not going to go left. We're going to go right. Because I've already had a quick look around this park, and I want to save the left side till the end. So
Why?
we're going to walk down this street down here.
Why?
Look at how he's done all this as well. How nature has started taking over and everything.
That's really good.
It looks so authentic, doesn't it?
Well, it's what you would expect post-apocalyptic to look
Yeah.
like. He's even got a tank, and
Yeah, the signs are falling
the
over, look.
traffic lights are falling too. That's cool.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick walk down here before we go into the theme park over there. And just admire some of these buildings.
So would this be like where people used to live, maybe kind of squat there now? And
Yeah, I believe this is supposed to be Boston. Because the first game... so you played the opening scene, didn't you? You remember what happens in the opening scene?
I remember Sarah dying, his daughter, yeah.
So Joel's daughter Sarah, the game opens up in Texas when the outbreak happens, and then after Sarah dies, the game picks up 20 years later in Boston, where Joel is now living. And I believe the city is all supposed to be Boston, I think.
It said Normacot on the checkpoint.
I don't know if maybe that's a suburb of Boston, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with that. Have you seen how he's done the cars?
It's so clever because that is just how it would go, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And he's got a car on fire here. This car is on fire.
We're not going to have like zombies jump out and actually scare me, are we?
No, I don't believe there's any jump scares in this park. I don't think, luckily. No, nothing behind there.
Could you imagine? Why are you looking for them?
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
Do you want me to squeal?
Right, so what we'll do is we'll go through the main entrance of the park, shall we? So let's just, again, just everything. The vines everywhere. It looks so decayed and broken down and so authentic for the world that you're building.
I love how like some of the lights are flicking, some aren't flicking. Just how you'd expect it, isn't it?
It's yeah, 100% believable. You would 100% believe that this is a post-apocalyptic world, wouldn't you?
Absolutely would. Except for the security guard.
Yeah, who looks way too clean and...
Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got your information kiosk there, you got your cash point. Have you seen what he's done with the Planet Flip
Yeah.
camera as well?
Such a good idea.
It's brilliant.
There's a sight line though of the tracks and that.
There's so much going on, isn't there? I don't even know which way to turn. What we're going to do is we're going to have a quick zoom out. I'm not sure which way to go here. I think what we'll do is we'll kind of like go Right, there's a lot to see in here, and quite a lot to go on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right and kind of just follow it round as we go. Now, as stated in the description for this park, there is a lot of in-game blueprints, but the way that he has used them and incorporated them is genius. The way that he's made them look all decayed and broken down. So most of this around here is all Planet Coaster blueprints.
Well, you've got to imagine, though, it was still a park, isn't it?
Yes.
Even though it's post-apocalyptic and it's all run down, it's still a usable park, so that's what he's gone for.
So we've got the queue line there for this flat ride over here. There are 29 rides. I think it was 29 rides in this park, so there's quite a lot.
Yeah.
There's not that many coasters. I think a lot of it is flat rides. Welcome to Deluxe, such a perfect town.
Oh dear.
You were supposed to finish that off for me.
No.
Here we have some rules, let us lay them down. If you please stay in line, then we'll get along fine.
Look at the tank. Look, it's coming out the building.
Sorry, Chrissy.
I should think so.
I mean, all this down here is amazing. Once again, just using the in-game blueprints and modifying them for your own needs. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Actually, it's nice to see somebody be able to use the in-game blueprints, and I imagine it helped with the counter as well, you know.
I expect so, yeah.
I just want to look at everything. I want to inspect every single thing because of the amount of effort. Every building looks decayed. Every building looks broken and old.
Said about the flicking lights. It's not too much either.
No, it's not.
I don't feel like overpowered and having to blink a lot.
I like how the coaster comes over the top of us here, you know.
Yeah.
So we've got this wheel here.
So even that's got foliage.
Yeah. All the vines going up it and everything. All the... There's a tree. That's just one tree, look.
Yeah.
Going up there, that's really cleverly done. And that wheel looks beautiful as well, you know. Really great colouring.
Is that a coaster going just around the top?
Yeah. Yeah, in the background there. So let's carry on walking down here. I mean, do you recognise a lot of these in-game blueprints?
Yeah, I do, but they're themed.
Oh, that's a ride exit there. So chase the dragon. Oh, Chrissy, we've got a coaster.
Let's go.
Now, I'm not going to lie, I didn't know this one was here. So this one is completely new to me. I've ridden a couple of them, but I've not ridden all, so...
I bet it's a dragon coaster.
What makes you think that?
Oh, look, I was right.
Oh, you're a genius.
Oh.
You are always right. I was right when I did your opening for you. You are always right.
I am always right.
Secret to a happy marriage, guys. So quite a simple theme station. There's not too much going on in here. But as you said, you were running out of room in the park. But let's have a look at the stats. Not that it's going to matter too much for a kiddie coaster. So, as you would expect, the stats are a little bit lower, but G-force is well within some good limits. So, let's go for a ride. So, Chrissy, what were your thoughts?
I really liked the way it came back on itself and kind of intertwined with itself. I really like that. There was a couple of drops that I thought if the children were on it, it would probably terrify them.
Like this girl here, for example.
Yeah.
She's got no idea what's
She's
coming.
not.
She looks so innocent.
Her glasses are going to fly off her face by the time she gets down the bottom of that drop.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that as well. I'm not going to lie, when we came up that first climb, I thought, this is going to be too quick. This is going to be way too fast for a kiddie coaster. But it wasn't too bad, actually. I quite enjoyed it. It had some really good banking on it. Good layout, some good airtime on it. Yeah, I think that was incorporated really, really well. So, good first coaster to go on straight away. So, let's find the exit.
Oh, it goes right next to the queue as well.
It does, yeah. Yeah, which is always nice as well, that interaction.
Yeah, because you get to watch the children screaming as they go past.
Yeah. Right, so we walk past Noodles. We've got a ride exit sign here. A ride exit sign, I'm sorry. Ride exit here, should I say. I'm sorry. So we've got another flat ride here. Once again, just with the theming going up it, you put bushes at the very top, so just making everything look overgrown. And so that's the queue path. So how do we get round the other way? Right, it must be this way. Right, so we'll go back on ourselves. So we go underneath the coaster again.
Car.
Where was that? I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's really good.
I love how he's putting the vines on all the coasters, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Such
and
a cool
that's just
effect.
what it would look like, isn't it?
Yeah. So we walk past the toilets. Let's come down here. So now we're back at the entrance. So I believe that means we've done this entire right-hand side. Yes, it does. So. Oh, look at the tour bus. With the can on top of
cool.
it.
That's so clever.
Yeah, I like that.
And even the bin next to it had fallen over.
Oh, yeah, so it has.
Yeah.
Right.
And another tank.
Right, let's go over this bridge, shall we?
I was admiring the view.
Oh. Oh, dear.
Oh, no. We got bitten.
That's ace.
That's a really good idea.
Bit morbid,
Yeah.
but ace. So we've got go-karts next to us. There's 2 different go-karts in this park.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, and the other one is incredible. The other one is what I'm saving till the very end. So we won't actually go on this go-kart. So what we'll do is we'll just follow it round. Because it just goes in an oval. But intertwines with that coaster that's going off all around. Oh, they're winning. Drive properly. Stop waving. And drive. 2 hands on the wheel, please. Safety first.
Hold that wheel at 10
That's
to 2.
sightline.
That is really cool.
Right, let's hop out the exit there. And let's have a walk down here.
You could have had some zombies on the track chasing them.
That would have been cool. So
That's
we've got
good.
another
Burning
flat ride here.
tyres and that.
Yeah. So that's the entrance for the go-karts. There's just so much going on. It's difficult to know which way to look, you know.
All the signs are coming off the wall there, look.
That looks ace. It looks awesome. I love the
really-
use of foliage in this park, you know.
Well, it really sucks you in, doesn't it? To that feeling of post-apocalyptic.
Yeah,
It's just like that.
I feel so immersed in this park and in this story. That's fantastic. That hotel there. I really must tip my hat off to you for this area. For using all the in-game blueprints but making them look so good. I'm super impressed with this. So we've got how many different flat rides here? 3. So we've got the bumper cars, which is all overgrown, look. Oh, we've got that one there as well. Just honestly, there's too many places to look. Too many different which ways to look. But we've got the bumper cars there that have got all the vines on them.
Oh, the car crashes as well.
The cars on fire.
Why do people do that in the post-apocalyptic? Just crunch and get out the car.
I have no idea.
They
I have
always
no
seem
idea.
to, though.
I love the lighting around here.
It's amazing, isn't it? even though I've not played the game without screaming, I can still appreciate this. You don't have to play the game to get it. I don't
No,
think.
you can tell what the theme is, can't you? You can very much see that it's post-apocalyptic. And we've got a coaster over here. Now, just before we go on the coaster, I just want to kind of like finish off this area.
Are we going on the teacups, are we?
No.
Oh.
I'm going to give a bit of feedback here. Now, this may sound like a criticism, but it's not. It's more, I'm impressed at how you've done it. Now, as we walked through that, Chrissy, we were both blown away by that, weren't we? How impressive and how immersive it was. Can I just show what this park looked like in the day? So, in the daylighting, it doesn't have the same feel.
Not at all.
Not even close. It looks quite bland, quite generic. It looks like one of the campaign missions or something. It doesn't look anything special. It's not something you would stop and appreciate and look at. There's no terrain forming. There's no paint tool. It all looks very, let's just stick that down there, let's just stick that down there, yeah, that'll do, whatever. And I think the way that you have done it with the lighting at night and the ambient feel of it is genius, to make something that looks so meh in the day looks so incredible and immersive at night. Does that make sense, Chrissy?
Yeah, he's clearly built it with night in mind.
Yes.
And it shows. I don't do very well with night lighting. I over light everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I put far too many in and try and make it look like day. But that was perfect. The way it was all done was just on point. It was really good.
Yeah. I mean, if we were viewing this park in the day, the amount of feedback that I would be giving at this point, saying like, well, just a bit more theming there, a bit more paint tool there, maybe an elevation change there. But because of the time of day that he's chosen, it really works. But let's stop looking at it at day and get back to night, shall we?
Yeah.
One thing I have just noticed, Chrissy, as well, and I'm very glad that we did a zoom out of this one particular area, we've got the main coaster of this area here that I'd completely walked past and missed. So what we'll do is we'll hop over to this wooden coaster over here, we'll go on that, and then we'll come back and have a ride on that, shall we?
Yeah.
So, right. So here we go. Let's have a walk down this queue line. So we've got a rocky road. So a nice themed queue line.
You wouldn't want a zombie to get in there now, would you?
Oh no. Look at that, how you can see it going up. That looks cool. And obviously you've got this other flat ride right next to you as well. Nice long queue.
Oh, nice
building. See, this station is really simply themed, but really well done at the same time. It's simple but effective. Let's just have a look at the stats while we wait for the coaster.
Got to think as well, though, the in post-apocalyptic time, they wouldn't have fancy stations.
No, they wouldn't. No. He's 0.03 off green across the board.
Oh, that's fine.
So I think we'll let him off.
Yeah.
G-forces seem well within some good limits. And without further ado, let's go for a ride. I feel that ride was actually quite difficult to give feedback on, but I'm going to try it anyway. I really like the idea and the theming behind the coaster. I thought that was absolutely spot on. The terrain work around it is absolutely incredible, and the lighting and the ambience. I just felt the coaster itself maybe just did require just a tad bit of work. I felt it needed smoothing in a couple of places. I also struggled to know what way we were facing a lot of the time as well. I couldn't work out if we were upside down or normal. I couldn't quite tell. I felt maybe it was a little bit upside down too much kind of thing, and maybe just kind of coming into the station as well just felt possibly a little bit on the janky side maybe. I mean, when we look at it, it doesn't look too bad from the overview actually, and obviously try and fit it in that area as well. But I did like it. I did like it. I just felt it maybe just required just a little bit of work. What do you think, Chrissy?
I liked it. I thought it was really good. I know what you mean at the end, especially at the end. It throws you about a little bit too much, but it looks good. And sometimes to get an interactive coaster, some bits have to be left. Do you know what I mean? You can't get it all right. See there?
Yeah. I think maybe even if that brake run was extended, you know, it just comes around this little bit too quick. So the track layout would actually work. I just think it's a bit too quick. So maybe if the brake run was just extended or something, and then this would possibly be drive tyres or something.
I did enjoy that though. I agree. I was unsure whether I was upside down or inside out or what was happening. But I still enjoyed it, which is crazy.
Yeah, it was very impressive visually. I don't want to detract away from that. It was an amazing build. But we have one last coaster in this area to go on, and then we're going to go over to the other side of the park. Now I've got to try and find it. Zoom out. Where's the entrance for this now? Is there any problem with doing a nighttime park? Where's the entrance?
Is that there?
Where?
Oh no.
Oh, hang on. Okay, I can see where... There! Right. Wow. So, let's go up the queue path. The Planet Coaster Globe as well. I love that, all with the foliage all over it. Let's walk down here. So you got one of the in-game blueprints as a station here. Oh, this one's a cool station.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. That's a bit low. I mean, if you're over 6 foot, you're going to crack your head on that. Let's have a look at the stats. Yeah, you'd be fine. Right, so not quite green across the board. G-forces are quite high, but I think to try and fit it in this area, I think you would have probably struggled, which is as to why they are high. Generally want to try and keep them under 6 where possible. But let's go for a ride. So, Chrissy, thoughts?
I loved the interaction with everything. I think it went really well around the park. It needs a little bit of smoothing, I would say. And again, just as it comes in, it kind of throws you to a flat.
Yeah.
It doesn't kind of gently take you into that. There were some other bits that I thought would maybe break your neck. And then, of course, we had that stop up the top, which was a little bit too far back there.
Yeah. Yeah, how it stops up there.
But the idea of that coaster was amazing. The sightline, wow.
You mean this sideline?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And how it went up by the wheel and kind of went over the wheel and back again. I really enjoyed that as well.
I think you've literally just said everything that I was going to say, to be honest. I don't think I've got much more to add to that. Yeah, I completely second everything that Chrissy just said. I think it was absolutely fantastic. Maybe just a little bit of work on the block section up there, because that is dragging them stats down massively. Yeah, I believe in a couple of places it did need just a little bit of slight smoothing. Possibly not as much as the wooden coaster. I agree with Chris. Look at that shot.
Yeah.
That looks amazing. And again, agree with you about the end as well. But on the whole, absolutely brilliant, and my favourite ride at the park so far yet, I would say. But right, now we're going to get over to the good stuff. So,
That's better than this?
yeah, I intentionally saved the better side of the park till afterwards, because this just absolutely blew my tiny little mind.
It is quite small.
It is very small. My mind.
Well.
Anyway, so this is where the entrance was. So this is where they're all coming out, and that's where we turned right there. So now we're going to turn left and come down here.
Oh, do we get to go on the coaster with that above us?
We will be doing. Just if you're down on guest level, how does this look?
It's amazing, isn't it? Just like post-apocalyptic. And I know I keep saying that, but I can't get my head around it.
It's spot on.
Yeah.
It's absolute. It feels like The Last of Us, or what's that Tom Clancy one? Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. The one that's in the city. There's a Tom Clancy game that came out a couple of years ago that's in a post-apocalyptic city.
Oh, right.
And I can't remember what it's called, and it's going to bug me, and I'm going to Google it when we're next on.
Well, I'm just thinking of like the Walking Dead and stuff.
The Walking Dead, yeah, that's a good comparison as well.
Which, again, I've only kind of glimpsed because it was scary.
You watched a couple of seasons with me.
Yeah, and then it got really scary.
I love these buildings, you know, how that's all boarded up as well. And we carry on walking down here, and what I want to do, now there's something on the other side of that building, but I'm going to show that. Oh, do you want to see it now?
Wow.
Do you want to see it now?
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at how it's all crumbling.
Yeah.
And like, gosh.
How cool is that?
That's amazing.
And I'm going to show it now, actually.
No way. No way.
It's just
That's so good.
fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Now, I believe a lot of these, again, are in-game blueprints, but it doesn't detract from it. The way that he's incorporated them and utilised them in this park is just genius. Absolutely genius. And from the thumbnail that I managed to get that was like around here, what a shot that is.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. What's...
Oh my goodness, an underground.
I didn't even know this was here. I've never been down here. So, what is down?
Oh, there is a queue.
Ah, right. So this is the coaster. Right, I've got you. I didn't know this was where the coaster queue was. So is that's the exit there. So let's just We'll walk down the queue, shall we? We'll walk all the way down.
I can't get over that building.
It was incredible.
Like, where all the water was coming out through.
Yeah. It's.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh.
Guess just got shot.
Power car.
Oh my goodness.
That is really cool.
Yeah, well that's me screaming running out the park.
That is really cool. Oh look.
Oh wow. Oh look how well behaved they are.
This is just stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Doesn't it make you feel like you're running away from it? Like you're getting on the underground and getting out of the way?
It does, yeah. So, this ride is called Underground. The stats are green across the board. The G-forces are extremely high. But we'll discuss that afterwards. Without further ado, let's go for a ride and enjoy, everyone. So, Chrissy, what were your thoughts?
I really enjoyed the way it interacted with the buildings. The use of triggers was fantastic. Didn't like this cavey bit. It was a bit dark and scary. But again, maybe some smoothing. I don't know. What do you think?
If I found the wooden coaster difficult to give feedback on, this is arguably the most difficult ride of any Spotlight I've ever done to give feedback on. In some ways, it's one of my favourite coasters, but in other ways, it's one of my least favourites. I found it quite frustrating. The story that it tells and the way that you've incorporated it into this area and around the buildings is absolutely ingenious. All of the above ground bits felt amazing. Slight bit of smoothing maybe, but not too bad. But then the underground bits completely broke the ride and were where all the G-forces were coming from. It was so throwing you and like really kind of like sharp, dangerous corners that as you were in it, you were like kind of whoa, being thrown to one side, whoa, being thrown to the other, and it was like, oh, that's where all your G-forces are coming in. But then it comes above the ground and it's just absolutely incredible. I mean, look at this. Look at that. It was absolutely incredible. And for that reason, I find it very, very, very difficult to give feedback on because I love it, but I'm equally frustrated with it. This here, as it comes through this building, just wow.
That was the best bit for me, as it came and interacted with the buildings. It gets close to the buildings everywhere, and then back down here.
The trigger that it has down here with all the pyrotechnics and then the beam that was coming down, and then it shoots off down here, but then as soon as it got into the dark again, hang on, what we can do actually is, unusually I'm going to show the HUD. Now I don't normally do this, but I'm going to turn the torch on, which I don't, it wasn't there either, was it? That was really unhelpful, Matty. I need the underground bits. Come on!
There was a lot of on the side as well. I don't know.
Oh, that didn't tend to bother me. I thought that was quite cool, actually. I'm not going to lie, I actually quite liked that. But then you come down here, and then this corner here was very sharp, and there was one in particular. See, that kind of like smoothed off quite nicely. This one. It was this one. Like, kind of the way that it just kind of like came into there. And it came into the station extremely fast. Like, really fast. So all this section here needed brake run all the way down. Just to slow it down, because it just came in like a bat out of hell into that station. But please don't be disheartened that I've said all that, because it is amazing. It's absolutely incredible, and it's just very difficult to give feedback on something that's so good but so frustrating in equal measure because of the G-forces under the ground. Does that make sense to you, Chris?
Yeah, and I've got to say, I absolutely love coasters that interact with buildings. That's what I try to make all of mine do. They have to interact in some way with the pathing and the buildings, and I love it. But it does make it very difficult to get good stats or a smooth corner if that's the way you're doing it.
Yeah, depends on which way you approach it, doesn't it? Do you build the coaster and then build things around it, or do you go buildings and then try and incorporate a coaster around that area?
Yeah, it's really difficult line to balance, and I think you're very nearly there.
I would 100% agree with that, actually. It's not like it was the worst thing I've ever seen and completely start again. It was such a good foundation, it just needed substantial work. Now I'm trying to find the entrance for the go-karts, and I've got no idea where the entrance is. I can't find it anywhere. No, not in there. Chris, have you got any ideas where this entrance is?
Is it in that shop?
No,
No, back that way. It's like they're all... Oh no, that's actually a shop.
Right, let's... Oh, hang on, there's a path here. So how did you even get to this path? Where does this...
Teleported.
Okay, I've got no idea how we get over to this path. But, anyway, moving swiftly on. Right, so that is... What is that? Radius?
Isn't that the blueprint building?
Oh, wow.
I'm sure that's a blueprint ride. I might be wrong.
There is a blueprint ride in here. No, right, this is the go-karts.
Oh.
Right, okay, so we found the go-karts then. So, right, I love these go-karts. So, let's go for a ride on this. And that was why I saved that till last. I absolutely love that Go-Karts. I think it's absolutely incredible and the best thing in the park. I think the theming is absolutely sensational. You nailed it. Nothing else to say. Chrissy, what are your thoughts?
I really like the scenery items on the outside, like that tell the story on the way through. Really enjoyed that. You did pick the wrong car though, Matty.
I did. That person in front of us kept spinning.
Yeah. Oh.
It was Nikita Mazepin. But yeah, absolutely perfect. I love this bit down here. That actually looks like a scene from
It does.
The Last of Us.
Looks good.
Absolutely brilliant.
That bit there was probably my best bit, actually.
That smoke
Yeah.
corridor. I really liked the tunnel. When you're underground and you could see the subway train that was right next to you. We'll go and have a look, so we'll follow it around. Just all this around here, all the theming, the sideways bus, missing wheels, just everything. The crashed fire engine with no wheel on it, tank on top of the cars, just everything around here was absolutely fantastic. Whilst we're down here, actually, we may as well just have a look at this scene here, you know. Actually, you've seen this.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that?
That is really cool.
And then this building here as well. We will get back on the go-karts in a second, but I thought while we're over here we may as well just have a quick look at it.
That hotel.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
It looks a bit like one of those motels that you get
Yeah, I completely get what you mean.
when you're a fugitive.
Miller's Motel.
Oh, well, there you
And
go.
there's vacancy. We can stay if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah, shall we go for anniversary?
may as well.
Yeah,
A bit close to the zombies, though.
a little bit.
And the pirates.
And the cowboys. But this was my favourite. Inside here. So, as we come down here, look at this scene that is set here.
That is very, very good.
As you zoom past it, you'd barely even notice.
Gotta be
that.
honest, I missed it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did notice that. As you're zooming past, that level of detail to go into that, you've got the upside down bus. Oh, I'd missed that though.
Oh, yeah.
That does look like a scene from The Walking Dead. I wonder if that's an homage to The Walking Dead, actually. I think it is. I think that's a little Easter egg. Walking Dead Easter egg right there. So, yeah, awesome. And down here. And this will bring us up. Oh, we've got the coaster that goes right next to us. And then we come out and just pretty much go around to the end then. So, yeah, absolutely top work. Absolutely brilliant. I believe, Chrissy, that is pretty much it. Let's just carry on walking down the street because I think we've still got a little bit more maybe just down here because that was the entrance for the go-karts there. With the exits right there as well. So we'll just carry on walking down the street.
And see if this path actually goes on.
To see where this path actually comes out. People must be wondering where it comes out now and how we got here in the first place.
Oh, wow. It's put foliage in the windows.
Yeah. Just everything around here is so immersive.
I wonder if this is where he started.
I don't know.
Because it's so much more immersive down this side.
I would say this is where he ended. Because I think like this side of the park is so much better than the other side. I wonder like kind of just the skill of the game he's just gotten better and better as he's gone on. I mean even the queue line. Oh, hang on. Hang on. What's this? Where does this go?
Nowhere.
What? Oh! It is for that flat ride! That was really confusing. Were you like really confused then as well?
Yeah, I was. It's like a fire escape type thing.
Yeah, I love that.
See, in my parts, I start off so much better and more detail and more immersive. That's why I wondered if he'd started here.
I'd like to know. Let me know. Let me know where you started.
But on a whole, I absolutely love it.
Building is absolutely sensational. You've got the firehouse here, the fire truck.
Doesn't look like it's been out for a while.
No, it doesn't. Now, I do have one final critique. One last little critique, and I really apologise about that. Before we do, look at that. I'll say this. My final critique is the fact that you've just used the entire blueprint ride there. I'm not sure what I think of it. That's the ride that comes in the Studios pack.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you? It fits the theme.
Yeah, I see what you mean, you know, actually, because obviously it's a zombie themed ride, so...
And he's built it into the city. It's not like it's just placed on its own. It's in a city.
Do you know what? I get it. Yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah. You're always right.
I know.
You are always right. And on that bombshell, I think we need to close out the episode. So, Chrissy, final thoughts?
I thought it was a fantastic park. Even though I've not played it, I still got it. I still enjoyed it. I still felt immersed. And well done.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this park. I truly am. I know that I had critiques as we went through, especially regarding the coasters, but on the whole, I am blown away by this park. I think it's absolutely incredible, and you've absolutely nailed the theming. It genuinely did feel like The Last of Us. And it was nice to have a video game themed park as well. Actually, something a bit different.
Yeah.
Chrissy, 3-word park review.
Authentic. Scary. Hang on. Authentic, scary, and...
Anytime today.
And, I can't think of what I had one earlier. I sat here thinking, right, he's going to ask me in a 3-word park review. And I'd made it in my head and now I can't remember it all.
Shall I say mine?
Yeah, you say yours, just I think.
Absolutely nailed theming. Self-explanatory.
Oh no, I don't want to make one now.
Are you passing on the 3-word park review?
No. Just give me half an hour.
Half an hour. Right, we'll just sit here, shall we? We'll wait. Yeah. Hang on. We'll come and have a sit at the top of this...
now I feel like Spider-Man.
I was going to say, let's go and have a sit on the top of this building, shall we? It's even put ventilations on the top, look. Let's just have a sit, a perch on the side.
View.
3-word park review, Chrissy.
Interactive coasters everywhere. I just made that up.
You did?
I did, yeah. I just picked out some words.
You just literally picked 3 random words.
I did.
Well done.
Trees.
Tree!
Darkness.
But anyway.
Oh.
Sorry, that was me dropping my keyboard. Or no, should I say my dog pushing the keyboard off the sofa because it's asleep.
That was me. I was right, and I wanted to prove it.
But thank you ever so much, Chrissy, for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this.
Yeah, I have. Thank you for having me.
And please consider going and checking out Chrissy's channel. It will really help her out as well. I'll leave her link down below. And thank you all to you guys as well for watching. I hope you enjoyed this park review. Thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new, and also please consider joining the Discord. Stay safe, take care, look after yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow for another Park Spotlight. Bye everybody. Say goodbye, Chrissy.
Bye.